What's up, everybody? I am joined with a very special person today.
My name is Robin. I've known this bitch for like 5 years.
Bro, it's been way longer than that, bro. 10
It's like 10 years.
10 years,
Double.
Bro. That's probably what we're talking about on the podcast today, guys. So before we get into the video, if you guys are new around here, my name is Lauren. You guys are watching Lauren Vlogs. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy this video. Check out some of my other videos, and if you enjoy my other videos, consider subscribing to help show your support for the channel. My Instagram is linked down below. His Instagram is linked down below.
Yes, sir.
And guys, today we're here to talk about who we are and just some fun shit. Never done a podcast with you, but you've been in my steak video.
Yeah, I kicked your ass. Respectfully, won with full honors.
And my mom liked your steak better than my steak, which was...
You were super salty about it at the end of the video.
I almost had to disown my own mother. So, guys, he's in a lot of the gaming videos. This is the voice that you're hearing.
It's me, distorted through rage.
Exactly.
Through my god-awful mic when I lose.
That's right. And, let's see, what else? You're also in the 4th of July videos.
That's right. Yep, I'm the dumbass.
That's right.
I'm the dumbass of the group. I have to give her the ideas to be stupider.
Facts. So, guys, I've known Robin for 10 years now. 10 years, because you were in 8th grade. I was in 9th grade. No. When we met, 6th grade. Shit. Okay.
I was a tiny baby.
Because you were in 5th. I was in 6th.
Yeah.
And this is still going, by the way. Just cut the camera off. But yeah. So, he was in 5th. I was in 6th. And crazy work, because how we met was... I would see this man, he'd be with the lower school, because our school divided it up between lower school and upper school. And he was with the lower school, and then sometimes he'd be with the upper school. So I was always so confused. So I was like, I remember our first conversation was, are you with the lower school or the upper school kids?
And I was just like, yeah, I'm with y'all now, honestly, because y'all said some shit to me, to be honest.
Exactly. And I would always hang out with the guys, because the girls were just...
So lame, lame as fuck.
Just had too much going on, so I was like, no, we got to make this simple. So I was always with the guys. And then I remember, we would hang out and stuff like that in school. You were always in ISS.
I was always in ISS. Well, because, look, softly may it be spoken, not really, because I don't care. I'm not under her jurisdiction anymore. But we had this of a, what was she? Like administrator, I guess? Administrators. Who would just set all the guys in ISS. She didn't give what the girls were doing. But the dudes, you said like, oh, I hate you. ISS for like 2 weeks. So she would always run by fucking ISS room and be like, hey, bro, what you doing in here? You coming to recess? And I was like, nah. Not for like 3 weeks.
That's right. Exactly. So they would walk you guys to ISS like you guys were in jail. So, exactly. So, so we'd hang out here and there in high school or middle school. So wait, 6th grade. Okay, so I was in 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. Okay, so I've known you 9 years. Coming up on 10. Yeah, because remember you came towards the end of the school year. So yeah, coming up on 10. 9 years coming up on 10 is how long I've known him. So I remember how our friendship kind of continued was I went to a different school for high school. You were... Yes. Okay, well, yeah, you were... At first, because I was in 9th grade, so you were in 8th.
Yeah.
Right. So you're still at our middle school at the time. And I remember it was in, I think, like end of February, so probably around this time, I was in 9th grade, he was in 8th grade. I remember getting a text on my iPad, because when I left to go to a different school for high school, we didn't talk for 10 months.
Yeah, because I, lost your number.
Exactly. So I remember I got a text from you after 10 months of not speaking to you, and you said, hey, this is Robin. I don't know if you remember me, but do you want to come to my birthday party this weekend?
My birthday party at the Jump Castle, bruh.
Yes.
It was an elite party place.
Yes. And I was like, I'm down. I remember you. I'm down. So I came to his birthday party, and then after the birthday party, I remember you asked me if I wanted to come back to your house.
You wanted to come out and hang out.
Exactly.
I remember asking you, because I remember I invited this other friend of ours, Isaac, and I remember him trying to set you up with every other fucking person at the jump castle.
No, that was me trying to set him up.
So you were trying to set him up,
Yeah.
and then he tried to get you back, but he didn't do anything because he was too scared. And then I was like, bro, you want to come back? Because everybody else is late, but they're going home.
Exactly. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And then I came to his house, and we started hanging out, and took my shoes off, bro. We,
These are off, ladies and gentlemen. The dogs are out.
Dogs are out, guys. The dogs are out.
Dogs, I'm not lifted by feet.
Bro has on the socks.
Don't not be like that.
So, came back to his house, and then we were just like, I think we're playing with like knives. That's how we bonded, was over like pocket knives and stuff, guys. Exactly. As an 8th and a 9th grader at the time, which is crazy. And then we just started hanging out every now and then, and we just continued to hang out.
Yeah. And actually, if I may dip from the podcast, I'm going to recover an artifact from a lost age, the first pocket knife I ever bought after we became friends. I will return. My brother, do you remember this? Oh, my bad. Do you remember this piece of equipment?
I remember that piece of equipment.
When I bought this off of Wish.com,
I remember that.
This Chinese piece of garbage, I was so proud of it.
I remember that.
For like a month and a half, I was like,
sir.
bro, look at my knife.
Exactly.
I can't believe I bought this. I'm so bad.
Exactly.
Now it's broken.
Now it's broken. So, uncovering the artifacts. So, that was kind of how our friendship sparked. I think we just maintained. We kept playing video games and hanging out, and it's been almost 10 years now, and we've been locked in since, which is pretty crazy. I don't know how many people have 10-year friendships. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, bro. So, my next question for you on this podcast is, and I'll answer for you and you can answer for me, but what's the most, out of our 10 years of friendship, what is the most NPC thing I've done?
Oh, all right.
Oh, gosh.
All right. Look, there's a lot of choices.
Oh, my God. He said there's a lot of choices. Guys, I would say maybe 1 or 2, not a lot.
Like 2 or 3 million.
I think he's exaggerating a little bit.
Another birthday party, one of mine. I won't name names for people who aren't here.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
There was this chick.
Okay, yep. This is what you're gonna say.
There was this chick who this dude right here was super into, and she was like, "Oh, bruh, I'm fucking with this chick heavy. I need to go ask her out." And then for the next like 2 hours, you followed her around and
followed me around.
She followed you around, and you didn't say shit.
I remember that.
You'd say a thing. You sat there like, dang, bro, she's too pretty. You didn't say anything.
I remember that. I think, how old was I? Was I 14, 15?
And I was sitting there just goofing because I knew I had no chance.
Exactly. Because, guys, the backstory to that was, I'm not going to name names as well, but there's this one girl, 10 out of 10.
Like 11 out of 10.
11 out of 10. And she came to the middle school when I left for high school. And I saw a picture of her, and I was like, because everybody was hyping her up, and I was like, there's no way. And I saw a picture. We're talking about, okay, the girl. So I remember this girl, like, everybody was hyping her up. Everybody was like, she's so pretty. And I was like, cap. And I remember Isaac, our good friend Isaac, he's been on my channel before. Shout out to Isaac. He sent me a picture, and he sent me a picture, and I saw her. I was like, oh my gosh, there was no cap involved.
We didn't cap at all.
So I got to his birthday party, and I remember the girl and I were the first people there. And I got to his birthday party before he got to his birthday party.
I was late.
He was late to his own party, you guys.
Couldn't find my money.
That's true. That's a big problem to have. And I remember, like, I got there, and then the girl, like, her mom was talking to me, and then she just started, like, following me around because I never met her before. So she just kept following me around. And I was like, what the hell's going on? I was a stupid 15-year-old. But I was like, what the fuck's going on? I remember I went to the bathroom at one point, and I came out, and my mom was like, hey, insert name here is looking for you. And I'm like, I just went to the bathroom. What do you mean she's looking for me? And she was. And she was following me around until everybody else got there. And, I was being a stupid 14, 15-year-old. I think I was 15. Yeah, 15. Stupid 15-year-old.
I was 14. It was my 14th birthday.
Yeah, so I was 15. So, or 16 or whatever. 15.
Not 2 years older than me, bruh.
That's true. And I'm only one. Only one. I was being a stupid 15-year-old, so that was hilarious. So.
Yeah.
That was fucking funny.
Comedy.
Absolute comedy.
And now I have to eat crow. What is my biggest NPC moment in all the years? Because I know I'm stupid. I know there's like 400.
There's over 1,000.
Yeah.
This video would be an hour long, but I would.
Bruh, an hour is an understatement.
For real, dude. I think the biggest NPC moment was when you were taking, I think this was last semester, taking like 2 or 3 classes.
Oh.
And like 2 of your classes were online, or one of them was online or something.
Yeah.
And you didn't do it. Keep in mind, guys, he didn't do any schoolwork for like 4 weeks, like a whole month. And he had like a 16 in the class. And he was like, I told my teacher I was in the hospital, so she's going to let me make up all of the work. And I'm like, no way, dude.
I pulled a 16-hour straight work day to get all that garbage done.
Ridiculous.
And I got like a 70 in the class. I barely passed.
That is ridiculous. Bro, yeah, guys, he really barely passed. Bear with me as I just check one of my files here. But, yeah, no, literally, checking files were good. Yeah, guys, he barely passed.
I did not deserve that fucking grade. I'll be straight.
No, not at all.
I should have failed that class, but I pulled it out. And we good.
Absolutely.
We solid.
Yes,
got
sir.
that 3.5 grade average.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
That's what we got.
Absolutely. So, next topic. I want to talk about, let's see here. Had a whole lineup of stuff. Okay, so yeah. Let's talk about, like, growing up. Guys, we were raised very, very differently, guys. And our aesthetics are different. I mean, we have a lot of the same interests. But our aesthetics are completely different. I mean, if you put both of us in a room and we didn't talk to each other, you wouldn't, like, pair us up as friends. I don't think many people would.
No, dude, we're like the polar opposites.
Yes, we are.
I mean, when I met this man, never had coffee.
That's right. I never had.
Like, the first time we really started talking, it's because we were at this god-awful, it's called a wax museum.
Oh, yeah.
We get to dress up as, like, a historical figure. I went as, like, the worst president of all time, Andrew Jackson. Who are you?
Sally Ride, the astronaut.
Right? The astronaut. Yeah. Like, a cool person. I was this lame-ass dude in a white wig. And then after it, there was like an adult station for coffee, and I grabbed a cup of coffee because I was like, I'm tired. And she was like, I've never had coffee before.
That's right.
And I was like, dude, really? You've never had coffee? So I made her coffee, and she was like, this is amazing. My bad. Because I quit coffee.
And now I'm still drinking like 2 cups a day. 2 cups a day of coffee, 1 in the morning, 1 at night.
I quit coffee because I was like, I don't need caffeine. I'm too tough for that. And then that's my bad. And so, I mean, I tried everything under the sun. The biggest difference with how we were raised was definitely when we were in high school.
Oh, for sure, bro. You want to take the cake? I've been yapping so far.
Man, I will talk us through it. So,
you will put justice to it.
I went to this high school. It's called Grimsley. Fantastic place. I do another 4 years, and that's hard for me to say because I hate school.
Yeah.
But I do another 4 years at Grimsley. It was fantastic. I got all my teenage bullshit done. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I screwed around and found out about 1,000,000 times.
Yeah.
And then you went to this god awful, and you kept telling me how bad it was, and I didn't believe you. She went to a Catholic school.
And guys, we'll get to that in a moment.
Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, I tried everything under the sun. I won't name names again because I need this to be postable.
Yes.
But we know what I'm talking about. In high school, and I'd be like, bro, what'd you do in high school? And she's like, I went to lunch.
Yeah.
And someone got mad. That's the highlight of my day.
Yeah, for real, literally. Yeah.
And you had to, what did you have to maintain? Like A-B? Yeah. Honor roll type?
I think it was A-B. I didn't take honors classes, so maybe it was A-B. I don't remember. Yeah, because I remember I had a C in geometry one day, and because they'd send the report cards directly to our parents. I don't know if they did that at your school.
No, I got mine. And they would send them home, so I could be like, no, I don't get it.
Okay, yeah, because they emailed them straight to our parents. So my parents saw that, my mom saw I had a C in geometry, and then she told my dad, and my dad was like, yo, we got to work on this. And I remember sophomore year of high school, every day, Monday through Sunday, sunrise or sunset, we would do math forever.
Or you want to get on the game? She'd be like, nah, I'm doing math.
Yeah.
I had a similar thing, because I absolutely, so my high school experience, the only bad thing, and I told you about an hour and a half each day about how annoying this was. Mm-hmm. When they threw me into high school, freshman year, they didn't put me in Math 1. They didn't even put me in Math 2. They put me in Math 2 Honors. The hardest math class.
Oh, I remember that. I remember they did that. Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. And they were always like, you should know. And I'd be like, I don't know any of this.
Yeah.
You didn't give me math 1, bruh. Why'd you put me in math 2 honors, bruh? Yeah. This is insane. And so I got super behind, and I had to do like 3 hours of math homework a night.
I remember that.
And we would have to get on the game at like 10 to 11.
Yeah.
Because that was when I got done torturing myself to catch up.
I remember that. Yeah. You'd be like, I'm doing math right now.
And then I think the year after that, they tried to put me in math 3 honors, and I was like, nah. Standard.
Yeah. I remember that.
You best not try that with me.
For real, dude, for real.
And yeah, I mean, that was pretty much my high school experience. I just cruised through.
Yeah.
You know, got to listen to music in like the rafters of construction class.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you were just out there suffering.
It was awful. I remember everybody at my high school, and I'm sure there's somebody from my high school watching this, so no hate, but there were like 3 girls that I would say. Actually, my first friend that I made, I don't know if she wants to be named, so I won't say her name, but she's awesome. She's from China, and she was a Buddhist. And I remember she and I don't know why she went to the school, but she and I forgot how we met, but we bonded because we both hated the school. And she was like, hey, like, are you Catholic? I don't remember how we started talking, but she asked me if I was Catholic, and I said, I'm not Catholic. She said, yeah, are you Catholic? And I said, no. I said, how about you? She said, no, I'm Buddhist. I was like, ooh, so you're I know you hate it here, because they would make us go to mass no matter what your religion was. And I was like, well, I hate this school. And she was like, I hate it too. And I was like, cool, well, you want to be friends? She was like, yeah. And then she knew 2 other girls who she introduced me to. They were Catholic, but they were really cool people. And so it was like literally me and the 3 of them against the whole world. So I literally had like 3 friends in high school. I'm not even joking. And then towards the end of my sophomore year, I met some other girls, and you know, they were really nice, and I'm sure they're watching, but they were very awesome. I think you know who you are. Very cool. But high school was definitely hard making friends for me because everybody was so cookie cutter, basic, that it's just like I just can't. I'm the opposite of basic, so you can be 95% basic, but you gotta have 5% something else in there, a little bit of spice, and I can bond with that 5% in you as long as you got 5%, 2%, 3%. So it was, high school sucked for me. I hated it. I would never go back. College was when I really had fun, because you had a lot of fun in high school. I had no fun in high school. I've had a lot of fun in college. Your college years have been kind of boring, right?
Boring is, I mean, I've just been cookie cutter standard.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to like, what, I have like 3 classes a semester?
Yeah, 3 classes.
Working when I'm not fired for no reason.
I think the next thing I will talk about is, if I was to go to jail, what would I go to jail for? And I'll answer the same thing for you.
Man, if you were to go to jail.
Assuming that you could bail me out.
If I could bail you out, yes. All due respect, I don't even believe you'd go to jail.
I don't think I would.
But if you went to jail, definitely public intox.
For sure.
For sure.
That makes sense.
For sure. Because you'd have a good night.
That makes sense.
And then you would wander. I'd be like, everybody, I'm having a good day. Yeah. And then the cops would be like, you're coming with us, buddy. Exactly. It's over for you.
Exactly. I remember this was probably a couple months ago, 2024, back when I was 20. I'm 21 now, but my friends and I, we went to the club probably 2 or 3 times, and you know, since I was underage, I couldn't drink, so my friends who were 21 would buy me drinks, and I drank so much Don Julio, I got so fucked up. And I remember we were leaving the club to go back to my friend's dorm, and I was so fucked up to the point where like I couldn't walk straight. And keep in mind, they got bouncers and they had cops outside of the bar, so my friends got up in my face. They were like, listen, I don't give a fuck how drunk you are, you better act like you got like you better walk sober, so we walked out of that bar. I put on my best sober act ever, and we got past all those cops, because I mean, we had to walk like 5 minutes from the bar because we were parked in parking garage. We had to walk like 5 minutes, so they were like, you better act sober for these next 5 minutes. And we somehow made it from the bar to the cars, and it was all good. But I think I still agree with your statement. I still agree. So that could have been easily a jail night for the whole group.
Oh yeah, man.
Because we had one of our friends was 21, the rest of us were like 19, 20, and so we were cash apping him money for drinks all night. I mean, he got probably like 10 cash apps from each of us. He was the plug, so getting us drinks, going up to the bar, Don Julio, give me this, give me that. So he kept us all happy. So yeah, that could have been a bad night, but yeah, I think for you, I honestly think it would be, I was going to say, I think it'd be an accidental murder.
No way.
I do, because
accidental murder?
Here's what I think would happen is somebody would be fucking with you and you'd be like, okay, I'm just going to push them just to like exactly. You'd be like, I'm going to facts. You'd be like, I'm just going to push them a little bit just to keep them straight. So you'd give them what to you would be a little nudge. And you'd be like, man, fuck you, I told you. And then you wouldn't hear anything. You'd be like, yo, I told you. Do you hear what I said? And then you would like walk down the steps, skull cracked, blood everywhere, and you'd be like, ah, shit. That's what would happen to you. It'd be something physical.
It'd be something stupid. Cause I don't even mean to do anything. It'd be like, oh, dang.
You would not.
Yeah, I gotta call the cops on myself.
Exactly.
Oh, no.
Exactly, I'm telling you. ChatGPT gave me some cool questions to ask as to how well do you know your best friend.
I know ChatGPT well.
Yes.
Let's see what this dumb little bastard has come up with.
That's right. All these questions go to ChatGPT. So, okay, what do you think that my biggest pet peeve is? And I'll answer for you as well. This podcast is all over the place, but this is why it's amazing.
Pet peeve.
What do you think my biggest pet peeve is?
I feel like your biggest pet peeve is people like taking stuff that they're not entitled to, like just taking like little shit, like just snatching little stuff.
I never thought of that.
Cause like I know it pisses you off. It's like, bro, it's just a cracker, and you're like, bro, you didn't ask me. Yours is my cracker, bruh. I feel like that might piss you off, but I don't know what your pet peeve. I don't tend to piss you off, so I don't actually know what your pet peeves are.
Say, I don't know if you realize, but I've kind of granted you unlimited access to my food.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm
saying. Yeah.
I mean, what's mine is yours, dog.
Exactly. He came over to my house one time, took like 20 cheese sticks out of my fridge. He was in my fridge, digging in that motherfucker. He was like, yeah, I'm about to leave, digging in my fridge. I'm just like, what? Was he searching for gold in my fridge? And he's like, bye, bro. Yeah, he's like, bye, bro. And I'm like, later I go to make dinner, and I'm like, my cheese stick, my 20 cheese sticks are gone. Like, bro, that's the good ones too. It was the cheddar and mozzarella. Yeah, the twist ones. So, but like, I didn't care because like I've granted him unlimited access to my fridge, and like,
because I don't be pissing you off, so I'm guessing off of nothing.
Exactly.
I think I pissed you off one time.
Yeah.
Because I was talking bullshit. You were just like, bro, shut up.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, my bad. Yeah. I think I pissed you off like one time, and I don't know what peeved you, bro.
I don't remember. It was like Fortnite or something. Honestly, like people who are just like dramatic. So like they could like, I don't know, like I could have like a glass sitting here, and I'm clumsy, I break everything, but somebody could like knock over my glass and they'd be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry I broke your glass, you probably hate me. And I'm like, I don't care, it's $5 at Walmart. It's the Walmart that's 3 minutes away from my house. I'll go there, or I'll get Amazon delivery, which will be here at 4 o'clock in the morning before we even wake up. Like, I don't care. Like, it's not something to cry about. So, like, overly dramatic people.
That is true. Mm-hmm. That is super valid.
For sure. Now, I think your biggest pet peeve, I feel like, is somebody who's kind of like unloyal to what they say they're gonna do.
Ooh, liars do piss me off.
Like even if they don't, like even if they're not trying to tell a lie, but if they promise like, hey, I'm gonna be here tonight, or I'm gonna do this, and they're just like, hey man, hate to bail on you. It's not a like assuming it's not a legitimate reason, like there's no injuries, but it's like they're like, hey man, I just kind of like
I didn't feel like it,
or like I don't want to do it anymore. I feel like that's your biggest pet peeve.
Honestly, that's pretty close. That's probably like number 2.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to sound dramatic and like generic. I can't do words. I hate to sound generic, but honestly, my biggest pet peeve is the same as yours. Dramatic people piss me off.
I can see that for sure.
Because like for me, it's like if it's not a big deal, why you gotta make it into one?
That's true.
Like, why does it have to be such a big deal? Like,
exactly.
Like, not to throw shade, but people will be like, look, man, I hate you forever. And I'm like, bro, why do you hate me?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, like 4 years ago, you did this thing that really made me mad, and you never apologized.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, you never asked me. Like, I didn't even know.
Exactly.
Or somebody will, like, freak out if I'm like, bro, why are you doing that? And they're like, oh, my God, you're so mad at me.
Exactly, bro.
And it's like, I'm not mad at you. I just wanted to know why you're doing that.
Facts, bro.
Dramatic people kill me because I'm not dramatic at all.
For real.
Like, if I'm freaking out, dude, it's bad.
Yeah, like I'll know you're freaking out.
Like if I'm freaking out, everybody around me is like, oh
everybody will know.
Everybody will know
bro's crashing out. Yeah,
what's happening is bad.
Exactly, for sure. So quick pivot, but for the vlog or for the podcast here, what do you think? I forgot to ask this like 20 minutes ago, but like what do you think that, and I'll share mine as well, but what do you think the biggest reason that we've been able to maintain 10 years of friendship is?
Honestly, I feel like it's just being honest with each other and not being like secretive. Like whenever you're not in the mood to play a game and I text you, I'm like, bro, you want to get on? Or like, bro, you want to hang out? You're like, no, I'm tired.
Yeah.
And like I never took offense to it because it's like, oh, you're just being straight with me.
Yeah, exactly.
And I do the same thing with you. You're like, bro, why didn't you get on? I'm like, I'm gonna be straight with you. I forgot.
Yeah.
I fell asleep.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like so many people, when their friendships, they try to be like perfect. They try to be like, I never get mad at my best friend. You know, they never piss me off.
Yeah.
And then when we get mad at each other, like if we piss each other off, it's like, bro, you're teeing me off right now. Like, bro, would you shut up? You're talking mad dog right now. This is some dog shit conversation. Can we just move on and we don't hold grudges?
I agree. Yeah, we really don't. Like if you, like I know you've pissed me off in the past like 10 years that we've known each other, but like I couldn't even tell you what it is because we move on, and it's like not over big shit, you know. It'd be like, oh, like you said this and it pissed me off, but it's like I couldn't even recall. Like I can tell you that I know you pissed me off, but I don't even know what it was about. I don't know. So yeah, and I think like one of the reasons we've been able to maintain 10 years of friendship is because like consistency as well. So like I think a lot of times it's like people like don't talk to their friends that much, but I think that like friendship, hot take, I think friendship is like a form of like relationship in a way. It's like it requires like equal, like, or maybe not as equal, but definitely like a lot of effort and like patience and stuff. So like definitely like if we can't like hop on or something, we don't want to hop on, we tell each other. And like when people hear consistency, they often think like 100% every day, or like boom boom boom, but it's like consistency can be 80%, 100%, 75%, 90%. So consistency isn't smooth, it's always like this, but as long as you're making an effort, like we've always put in an effort. So for sure, I definitely trying, I think, is our secret.
Just making an effort, for sure. Like, and just trying to be like, I guess like it sounds sappy-ish, but like just trying to be there
for sure.
Like when shit gets real,
like
because like and like we haven't had like the hardest lives ever, but like shit has gotten real a few times, like really quick, for sure. So like, and we've never had like that moment where you're like, bro, I need to call you, and I've been like, no, like that's never happened. Like you've always been like, bro, I need to call you, or I'm like, bro, I need to call you, and you've always been like, all right, bet, like I'm gonna just set whatever I'm doing down for a second, because clearly this is serious, for sure. And I feel like the two biggest clues, like the two biggest like points to hold on to, are just consistency and loyalty.
Absolutely, bro.
Just being like always being there, and then always being like not betraying each other.
I agree.
Because you had a friend, again, I'm not going to name names, let's just call her C.
Oh yeah. C.
Who you had a good long friendship with.
I did.
And y'all used to hang out all the time, and then she stole.
Yes.
And she stole from you, and then that was her one betrayal, and then you were like, bro, just be honest with me. And then that second part, that consistency, she was inconsistent, she lied.
Yeah, exactly.
She lied about it, and you were like, bro, I know you betrayed me, I just want you to admit to it.
Yeah.
And she never did. She still hasn't.
Yeah.
She still hasn't admitted to it. Nope. Which is wild.
Exactly. It's insane.
She still hasn't said anything. She was like, I don't want to talk about it.
Exactly.
And I don't hang because you don't trust her.
Exactly.
Because she did that stupid. And then, you know,
For real.
I feel like that's like the difference.
Absolutely.
Because like I would, like something I always hold super dear. Shut up. Something I always held really like close to my heart with our friendship was like, I'm never gonna lie to you.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
And like I never have.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I feel like the biggest lie I've told you is like, nah, bruh, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do it, but I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't wanna.
Exactly.
That was just because I was being a little bitch.
For sure. Yeah, exactly. No, I agree, man. That's great. Honestly, great answer. Cool. Well, yeah, that's the secret, ladies and gentlemen. I do think that like making friends like when you're young is easier. Like young is in like under high school, because back in the day it was so simple as to like walking out. Like when I was like 7, I could walk up to some kid and be like, hey, I like your shoes. They'd be like, thank you. Be like, want to be friends? They're like, yeah. And then you'd hang out, and then next thing you know, you're 20 and you're still friends just because you complimented their shoes. And now it can be, I won't say it is, but it can be very like cliquey and preppy now. So I think for a lot of people, making friends young was a lot easier, and I'm so happy. I've made like 90% of my friends young. Like I can name names to like who I've known for more than 5 years. Like 90% of my friends I've known over 5 years. Like Isaac, like even like Micah. Like shout out to Micah. Like I don't talk to him that much, but like we were cool in middle school, and it's like when I do see Micah, it feels like the same old days. But it's like a lot of my friends I've made in the past like 2-3 years, which I'm equally grateful for. But it's like making those connections young, I think, is really important. But now when you're older, it's more difficult,
way more hard. I feel like because people kind of have like molded themselves into like a frame.
Yeah, for sure.
By the time they hit like their late teens, early 20s.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like people are like, they're like, all right, well, I'm gonna hang out with this type of person.
Yeah, for sure.
Because this is who I am, right?
Exactly.
This is my personality. I don't want people who aren't my personality in my space.
Right, I agree. Yeah, exactly.
Whereas when you're young, you're still like figuring shit out. Yeah. You're still trying to be like, I don't know, man. Maybe I do want to hang out with a biker.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, when you're like 5, you walk up to some like super big badass biker in a bar, and you're like, you want to be my friend?
Yeah.
Like, because you're like, you don't have any of those like mental walls. Like, nah, these people aren't good. Nah, these people aren't worth my time. Because you're just trying to be friendly. You're just being yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
So I feel like it's so much harder when you get older, purely because of the walls we build for ourselves.
Oh, for sure. I was gonna say, yeah.
Like, because I know it's been harder now that I'm out of high school. Now that I'm not stuck around the same people like every single day. Yeah. Making friends has been an absolute chore. Because it's just so much more awkward.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, if you think about it, walking up to somebody when you were in, I mean, even like high school. Yeah. Right? You just walk up to somebody in your class, be like, hey, man, you want to like chat? Yeah. Want to hang out, bro? Sit with me at lunch. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, it was easy. Yeah. And you just swap numbers, Snapchats. Yeah. You know, and it's easy. But now, if you want to strike up conversation, it's almost viewed as like a negative.
I agree. That's a great
like, you want to walk up to somebody and, you know, be like, hey, man. And if they don't know you, that's weird, right? That's like, societally, people are like, oh, that's weird. You know, you probably shouldn't talk to random strangers.
Right, exactly.
Whereas you're just being like, hey, man, I want to hang out. I need some friends. Yeah. It's hard to make those kind of friends now.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like one thing that I like. I posted something about this on my Instagram story a couple days ago, but it's like one thing that I like about the older generation is that they always will talk to you all the time. Like, I'll be at the gym. Like, I've been at, guys, it's been crazy because like I've been at the gym, and then like 30 minutes later, I'll be in the locker room like changing my socks, and I'll have an old lady like 70 like come up to me and be like, I saw you working out 30 minutes ago. You were killing it. And it's like, if somebody does that to you, like somebody like young does that, it's like, oh my gosh, like you've been watching me. It's such a creep. But it's like, I always appreciated that because the older generation, that's how they made friendships. That's how they made connections, was just walking up and just sparking a conversation. And I always love that. And a lot of people our age see it as weird, but I always love it when random people, regardless of age, come up to me and just say something. It's mainly old people who do that now. And now in college, it's like I normally will talk to the people sitting beside me, you know, or somebody in like a club that I'm in. So it's kind of easy then. But like off the side, like if I'm standing in line at a Jersey Mike's, like one time, like I was standing trying to get like a prescription at Walgreens, and some old lady in front of me just turned around and forgot what she started chatting, and we started talking. And like that's what, like, they're good at doing that, and I think we as Gen Z need to do better at just talking to people, like walking up and being like, hey, like I like your shirt and I want to have a conversation. And I think that'd take us a long way. I think that's how I think we should get back to that.
Maybe some of us Zoomers need to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, stop going hyper speed and roll along for a bit, make some friends, talk to some random people.
Exactly.
And not to say, so that we don't spread the wrong message, don't bring people back to your house.
Yes.
Don't do that. People are weird. People are really weird.
Yes.
But definitely talk to people. And if y'all connect, I don't know, go to like, just keep it classy. Go to the arcade or something.
Exactly. Yeah, keep it chill.
There's still malls for now.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. We got to be tatted up together, man.
You're right.
You gotta get some tattoos, bro. I think he would look so awesome in tattoos, guys. We need to be the tatted up duo, bro. I'm not done with my tattoos. If you guys want to see my tattoos, I have a video where you can either go to my Instagram, click on the highlighted section, or you can click here.
Hers are dope.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. And check out my tattoos and click this video right here up on your screen if you want to see them. But I think, bro, we got to be tatted up together, man.
I agree. I definitely agree. I feel like I have I got other stuff I got to do first.
I agree.
But if I had throwaway cash,
throwaway cash,
sure.
Exactly.
I've got a few in mind. That I want to get.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'd actually probably ask you which one I should get first.
Yes, sir. That'd be sick, man.
Yeah, next time I get some disposable income, I'll probably start on that.
Start on it, bro. I think you could honestly tattoo your head to toe, dude. I think you could do I feel like if you assuming you had a job where they don't give a fuck about face tats, you would rock face tats. I think some people can rock face and neck tats and some can't. I don't and all due respect to myself, I don't think I could rock face or neck tats. No. Just not me, not my thing. But I think he could rock face and neck tats.
I want to do waves.
Oh yeah, like
waves coming up off your neck onto your face at some point.
That'd be so sick.
I mean, I might do it when I'm 80.
Yeah.
After I retire.
That'd be sick.
When I retire, just an old man with fresh tats.
Yeah.
But
you could rock neck and face tats. I could not rock neck and face. I gotta keep tats everywhere else but my neck and my face.
It's gonna be go to the pool party and just everyone's be like, whoa.
Exactly.
That's insane, man.
I'm run to the restroom real quick. Keep everything rolling. Give me literally 45 seconds.
I'm about to say heinous shit. While we're alone, chat. I'll tell you about the socioeconomic status of third world countries. That is my essay on the economic status of third world countries. I mean, let's be real. This podcast channel is dope as hell. We all know it is. If you don't think it is, I don't know why you've hung around this long. But I feel like you should keep hanging around, so you might change your garbage ass opinions. She's been running this for a while. It's quality content. Make sure to check out the Instagram. Check out the gram. She always be posting cool shit. I don't be posting nothing. If y'all message me, I'll post something. Maybe. But if we being real, this is where it's at. Vibes.
I returned.
She returns. What do you think about how much people are using AI nowadays?
Ooh, that's a great question. Okay. I think that that's a phenomenal question. I think that to start it off, I think that schools are doing themselves a disservice by saying no AI. No AI ever. I think that my hot take is I don't think that AI will replace a majority of jobs. No. Right. I think that AI may replace 15 to 20% of jobs, but I think that it will generate new jobs as a result of itself. Got to maintain it, right? So I think that we need to learn how to work with AI and learn how to use it to improve our current systems. Like the guys who code, they would put their code into ChatGPT and it would fix it. We need to use AI to elevate our current systems and work with it.
Oh yeah.
I think AI is wonderful. I think that we should learn how to keep it relaxed, but also learn how to work with it instead of trying to fight so hard, because I think it's phenomenal for us.
I agree. I mean, I feel like AI it's a booster shot, not a cure. Mm-hmm. Right? It's like this.
I agree.
It's this brand new world.
Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah. Where instead of having to spend hours and hours and hours on the mundane stuff,
yeah, for sure,
you can pass it to this massive collection of information.
For sure.
And let it solve it. Mm-hmm. I feel like its real purpose is to free up our time.
I agree.
Because since, time unmentioned, everything we've invented has been to give us more time to do things that we need to do.
Yes.
I mean, think about it. I mean, just to put a basic example on the screen, the washing machine. Right? It used to take like 2 or 3 hours to do laundry, to scrub them on a scrubbing board, right? Hang them out in the sun. You got to watch them, make sure nobody else takes them. Now you throw them in the big box, turn it on, put some stuff in there, run it for an hour, and throw it in the other machine. It's easy. Frees up your day. Right? Means you don't have to do all those household chores. We have stuff for that. We have Roombas, right? And I feel like AI is just, it's the Roomba for like math. You know, instead of having to have a guy that sits there for 5 hours a day doing 5 plus 5, you know, you just feed ChatGPT this massive string of equations, let them solve it, run through, do a little bit of proof checking, and send it off.
I agree.
That frees up your time to do big management tasks. You know, I mean, and you would know that working in the field you work, you manage massive stuff. And again, I'm not going to out your deets, but like, you manage stuff that's important.
I do.
And I feel like if your day was freed up of those mundane BS tasks that just suck up your hours, I feel like you could get way more done.
I agree.
I feel like you could be done faster. It makes your quality of life better.
Exactly.
You know, inventory. I feel like if people who are inventory specialists, we need you to check, but I feel like it would save you time and stress.
For sure.
If you had an AI run it and all you have to do is just double check.
I fucking agree.
I feel like we're demonizing it.
Oh, for sure.
Just like we demonized the printing press when it first came along as a, you know, duplication of information is bad, you know, inaccuracies. Well, yeah, sure, it's not perfect, but it's better than nothing.
True.
Right? And now we have books that go out in the millions.
That's right.
And so I feel like it's like an aid.
Absolutely.
To every job that requires hours of math, now it requires half the time.
That's right. Yeah, for sure. And I think even like AI helps you not look like an idiot so much, because like in my job, like sometimes like people will like send me stuff in emails, or we'll be talking in meetings, and they'll say something and I'm like, what the fuck do they mean by this and that? Like, it'll be so confusing. And I asked ChatGPT, I'll be like, hey, like, or Instagram Meta or Copilot or whatever, and I'll be like, hey, like, John said da 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 da. I'm so confused. Like, can you explain to me what he's asking? And ChatGPT will be like, sure, John's asking da da da. I'm like, oh, cool. Okay, now I can give John what he asked for. You know, I don't get to be like, hey, John, can you please explain what you mean by, like, and it remembers stuff that I stated. So it'll be like, yeah, like 6 months ago, the document ABC 123, and I'm like, ah, shit, thank you. Like, it saves my ass. I'm like, I have questions, and I'm like, I don't really want to like ask the person this. I think asking questions is great, but sometimes it's like I don't want to seem stupid. So I just asked ChatGPT, like, can you explain this? And they explain it, and then that way I can give John what he wants, and I'm not wasting 30 minutes of time and need explanation. So it's definitely it's like, I feel bad for anybody who grew up in the days when ChatGPT didn't exist. Like, I'm like, oh my god, like, where would I be without ChatGPT?
And I know a guy who's in love with ChatGPT. He works in the U.S. military, and he works with keeping personal and like records of all of these parts, all this equipment. And before AI came along, his job was absolute hell. He had this massive spreadsheet of every god-awful part.
The spreadsheets, tell me about them.
And so now all he does is enter all of that information into a locked VPN ChatGPT that he pays for, like the monthly premium. Yeah. And whenever he'll just ask, hey, ChatGPT, how much of this part do I have and where is it?
Oh, that's good.
And it'll spike him up an answer. And so when private douchebag he runs up, is like, sir, my M16 doesn't work anymore, my spike broken. You can tell him exactly where to get the new part.
That's right, yeah.
And so I feel like that's like part of the usage. And for me, and I can talk about it because I don't care, because they laid me off. I used to work for this garden center, and because I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, I don't really care about plants. But I used to have this massive spreadsheet on ChatGPT that I would post into it that just would tell me the name of a plant. So I could be like, yes, Margaret, so awesome. This variety of rose does smell good.
Ask ChatGPT, what's the scent of the rose?
Scent?
Yeah.
And then it'll, and I can ask it, like, how do I describe this?
Yeah.
It's like it's a floral, light scent. Because for me, the way I describe it, it smells like a rose.
Yeah, same.
It smells rosy.
Yeah.
To me, to be honest. So, like, yeah, it helps me. It helped me, get through the days at that job where people would ask a million questions about something I knew nothing about.
Yeah.
And I could bring it up and, quietly answer their questions over the phone with, what ChatGPT was giving me.
Yeah, exactly.
So it freed up my time to study what I'm actually interested in, which is electrician stuff, electrical engineering eventually. Yeah. I didn't want to waste my time, on this job that I intended to leave.
Right, yeah.
So it really saved me a bunch of time and a bunch of effort.
Hell yeah.
Learning flower names and varieties and placements. Just a bunch of wasted time. And I feel like AI, that's its real purpose.
I agree. I think it's assisting us at what we're already currently good at, not letting it take over, but just giving us that boost. Like I said, a booster shot.
It's a booster shot, not a cure.
That's a great analogy. First question that I don't want to know the answer to is, what's something I say I'll always do but never actually do? And I hope you can't think of anything.
Something you say you'll do that we never actually do.
And I'm trying to think.
This won't hurt too bad.
Okay.
We always say, and this is both of us,
okay.
We're always like, yeah, bro, I'll be on tomorrow.
Yeah.
Of course, man. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. I'll see you at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, bro, it's 12 p.m. Yeah. Bro, it's 1 in the morning. Yeah. Bro, it's 2 in the morning, please. Yeah, exactly. Answer my texts. Please, man, help me.
Bro, no, that's so
And you're just in bed.
Bro, literally, bro.
Or you'll text me like, bro, I'm ready to play. And I'm like, I passed out 3 hours ago.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, no, I remember, guys, funny story. I think this was like last week or 2 weeks ago. Like, he texted me, I asked him if he wanted to play. He texted me at 4 a.m. and he's like, hey, man, this is a long shot, but if you're still up. And I wake up the next morning at like 8 a.m. about to drive to class. And I'm like, no, can't play.
Yeah, it wasn't on.
It wasn't on. I'm going to class now.
Just leave.
Exactly.
Because I passed out early.
Yeah, exactly.
After, I was on, a 3-hour drive, and I was tuckered out.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, you want to play? And you were like, yeah, man. And then I was like...
Yeah.
I was already asleep.
Exactly.
And by the time I woke up, it was 4 in the morning, and I was like, I'm just going to text.
Yeah.
Just in case you're, dying,
Exactly.
staying awake.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Honestly, dude, I think I'm going to say the same thing for you. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. Because I think everything that you don't want to do, you'll tell me, fuck this, I want to do it. Yeah. So you don't lie. And I'm gonna do this. Like,
I'm gonna, I promise.
You just say, I'm not going to do it. Other than, the minor, I'll be on tonight thing. Nothing major.
Yeah.
Next thing. Okay. Second question that I don't want to know the answer to is what has been, we'll answer for each other, what's been my most delusional take I've had in the 9, almost 10 years you've known me.
Your most delusional take.
I have one for you. I almost don't want to say it.
I have a lot of delusional takes. I won't.
You do.
Be harmed.
He has a lot. You want me to go first?
Most delusional take. No, I got you, bro.
Okay. Oh Lord.
Your most.
Oh gosh. He said he got me.
Your most delusional take.
Oh Lord. See, guys. See, this is why you don't ask questions you don't want the answers to. But I'm doing it for the content.
This man's right here in this US of A.
Oh Lord.
Was like, I'm gonna retire early.
When did I say that? That sounds like something I said.
When you got your internship, man. You started making money. You were like, yeah, man, I'm gonna retire at 45.
That does sound like
I'm retired middle-aged, nigga. And I'm just like, look, dog, I don't know about you, but a bag of strawberries is $14 at the Publix.
That's true.
I don't know about you, dog, but you ain't retiring that early. Unless you start making a milli, bro.
No, that's fair.
You staying in business.
That's true, dog. You staying in business. I will say this, and I'm not saying this to flex. Just to put everything in perspective. My dad is, my mom's 60. My dad's
big
50.
Money.
Yes,
my dad's big money.
My dad is 57. He'll be 58 this July. My dad retired December 2nd, 2022. So my dad
he just retired, didn't he?
My dad retired at 55. So it's been 2 years. And
the only thing I would say about that, and this is not me being like a fucking hater, because I want you to retire as soon as you can. I'm gonna retire as soon as I can. Bro. I was gonna say I want to be done working. I want to have a pension and
I don't have to go to work on Monday.
I want to have like a $2 billion in the bank and just leave and go to the Caribbean and live out the rest of my life. But if we being immensely real, when you and I were like 12 or 13, let's just give a basic example that everyone's bought. Steak was like $13 a pound for quality steak. Now it's like 27.
True.
It's been 6 years.
True.
And it's gone up almost 200% now. Because I went in and the same steak we bought together a few years ago for that steak video was like 3 times the price.
I remember that.
And so my concern, and this is just me being just the average Joe, you know, making just a little bit of money, is just that prices are going to do this and wages are going to do this.
They will. Yeah.
And so I want to retire. I want you to retire. And I want us to, like, you know, be like, haha, losers, you know, spin around in sports cars and do nothing. But like, I feel like it's kind of a, like, it's not delusional in like the worst sense, but I feel like it's a long shot.
For sure. And I think another one of the reasons why my dad was able to retire early is because he was born in 66, so he went through the whole .com era. Like when all of those tech stocks were doing crazy shit, he was alive, and he probably was investing in those. And I think he was definitely investing when the market had some critical moments. And one could argue that the market is having critical moments now, like, you know, in cryptocurrency and all this stuff like that. But I think he was definitely, I mean, we can't predict the market, so I can't tell you that it is having critical moments, but he definitely was in those wealth building years when life was easier financially.
When housing was affordable. I mean, just to name a few big players, Samsung, Apple, right? You know, the start of the iPhone. For sure. The start of the, you know, the big computerized revolution.
Exactly.
He was alive for that.
For sure.
And we missed it.
Exactly. And yeah, he was able to, when he was 30, like, work, invest, save money, and buy a house. So he was able to really put away money in hoards back when it was easy to do that. So now it's a lot more difficult. Yeah, I hope to... I tried to make, and I think here's another area where we differ. I think I make a bit more money conscious decisions now, and I'm doing that in hopes that maybe I can retire 3, 4, 5 years earlier than, like, average retirement age is 65, right? So if I can retire at 60, 63, like, I'm hoping that the decisions I'm making now will enable me to do that. But again, definitely a delusional take talking about I'm gonna be able to retire at 45. I hope I can. Would be great. Hopefully I'm making the right decisions now to make it closer to 45 to inspire that. Yeah, so for sure. No, that's a fair take. Your most delusional take,
bruh, take a fucking pick.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. Which one do I want to name?
What do you want to blast me on?
Let's see here. Dude, okay. I think your most delusional take, and this isn't like necessarily like a take, it's more of like a course of action. Like, and I'm not going to name names, but you on the spot, but it's like sometimes, like, you'll say, like, here's where I stand on something, and then that something will occur and you're like, man, nah, it's okay. I don't want to say, I'm not going to drop names or allude to anything, but I think you know what I might be talking about, because there's been times, because there's been times where, like, you'll be in the midst of something, I'm like, damn, like, bro would have told me to get my black ass out of there, bro was just talking hot shit 6 months ago, now he's in it, he's just chilling.
Yeah, I was in the middle of bullshit.
So that was the most delusional take, just kind of like, I guess, like, not resorting back to what you said you're gonna do. And I've done the same shit, not saying that I'm perfect, but it's just kind of like, you're very, like, adamant about it.
Yeah,
so it's kind of shocked me when you'd stick to it immediately. Because I make a big statement sometimes in the middle of, like, the moment. Yeah. And then, like, a few months later, I'm like, I didn't mean that. Yeah. Man, I really didn't mean that. Oh, I messed up. Yeah, exactly. I goofed up pretty hard. Yeah. I feel like, I mean, again, we're not naming names because we don't got the permissions. Right. Yeah, don't want to get sued.
But my ex-girlfriend was a mess the whole time. She told me it was crazy. 6 months in,
How long were you guys together? A year?
3 years.
3 years?
3 years.
Really? Was it 3?
Yeah.
No.
2 years of high school and then the year after.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. I guess like 6-7 months in, I told you.
You were like, bro, this is crazy.
Yeah.
You got to get out.
Yeah.
And I was like, I white knighted super hard. I was like, I can fix her. I can do it. I can fix her. Yeah. And everybody who's seeing this, if you're over the age of 15, you know how that goes.
Yep. Yeah.
I couldn't fix her.
Can't fix them.
That you can't fix broken, bruh.
Nope.
It's like trying to glue together ceramic, dude. It was a mess. I stuck with that mess for 3 years.
Yes. Wow, I didn't realize it'd been 3
and got out, and then I was like, I'm gonna be alone forever, man.
3 months later.
3 months later.
His wife hey, this podcast is for shits and giggles. We're just gonna keep it rolling, man. How we grew up has been very different. Your parents versus my parents. That's another good topic. Is guys, he had all his crazy fun moments in high school. I've had all my crazy fun moments in college, and it was like my parents went one day from being very helicoptery to being very like, we don't give a fuck. Like, I remember they just don't care anymore. Like, I remember one time, this was probably like back in October, November, I was out with my friends. What did we do? I don't know if we went to the club or what we were doing. I can't remember, but like, I didn't get back home till 5 o'clock in the morning. I left my house at 8 p.m., got back at 5 a.m. I mean, we just had the craziest scare of all time. Sorry about the cut in the footage.
1 hour of footage lost inside of a GoPro.
Yes. So we were talking. SD card said, "Hey, it's full." I said, "No problem." I brought 3 more SD cards. We drank a lot of apple juice tonight. And it kind of fucked with us. So I was trying to replace our SD card, and somehow the SD card that had all the footage got like lost
Stuck
in the camera.
In the camera.
And
we thought it was gone on the floor.
We thought it was gone on the floor. So we moved everything over here, looking for it, only to find where he said, "What if it's stuck in the camera?" And I said,
in the camera after a healthy dosage of apple juice.
Right. And I said, "What do you mean stuck in the camera?" But I was like, let me just remove the battery anyway. It was lodged under the battery. So we almost lost an hour's, well, we thought we lost an hour's worth of footage. But it was never lost at all. It was safely stored in the camera. We were talking about our upbringing.
Our upbringing, yes, sir.
I said that you had all your fun experiences in high school, and I had all my fun experiences in college. I was hanging out with my friends. I came home at 5 a.m. one day. My mom was like, "Hey, it's like 2 a.m. when are you going to be home?" I said, "I don't know. I'll text you." 3 hours later, I texted her. She was asleep, and my dad was asleep, and nobody gave a fuck because my parents were very, and you remember this, my parents were very helicoptery up until I was probably 19. I'm 21. Up until I was 19.
They wouldn't let you stay over at my place past like what was like 9, 10 p.m.
10. I think it was 10.
Mm-hmm. They had to come collect you, or you had to drive yourself home, or you about to be in big trouble.
It was ridiculous. And now I'm like, I'm gonna stay till midnight.
I'm gonna stay when I want, bruh.
So, dude, I want to ask, how do you think that my parents shaped who I am as a person to present day? And then I'm going to answer how I think your parents shaped how you are to present day.
So I feel like with you, I feel like you're kind of like, I feel like your parents' biggest influence is probably just the fact that you're really like, when you make a rule or like when you hear a rule, you're just like, yep, that's the way.
Fair.
Like if you agree with it, if you agree with it on like a base level, you're just like, well, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
You don't really like differentiate from it.
Yeah.
Because like, and like it's not even a bad thing, but I also feel like you had to spend some time kind of getting over that thing where it's like, oh, my mom wants me to do this.
Yeah.
And it took you a few months or like a year. What was like a year before you started just being like, fuck it?
Probably a year.
Yeah, for you just like, screw this.
Yeah.
I'm doing what I want to do. I'm a whole ass adult.
Yeah.
I can do what I want.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like that was their biggest influence on you.
Robin has been such a influential person in my life because it was like I grew up always knowing to like respect the rules. And I tried to definitely respect the rules in school because I'm like, I don't want to make these teachers' lives hell. So I always, and plus I was afraid of my dad because my dad, when I was a kid, guys, my dad would beat my ass.
I never got beat because my mom was like, you ain't about to do that.
W mom. But yeah, I probably got my ass beat for like 10 months. And then my mom finally told my dad to stop beating my ass. But like, guys, I used to get my ass beat. And guys, and let me just preface by saying, I don't believe in, corporal punishment. I don't think that like spanking your kids or hitting them in any way teaches them anything. I would never do that to my future kid. I would never even dare to do that. I think if you do that, you belong in the jailhouse. Absolutely. So I would never do that. Luckily, I went through it, so my future kids will never have to. But I was always afraid of my dad. I was like, because if I act up in school, I might have silent lunch, but when I get home, shit, I remember funny story, and everybody feel free to laugh. I mean, it was traumatizing as a kid. I remember I was probably like 9 years old, and I was at a friend's birthday party, and like growing up, my parents would always like argue a lot and like never agreed. So like I kind of felt like my childhood was always kind of like pressure heavy. It was like heavy in a way, and I was kind of like lashing out at my friend's birthday party and acting ridiculous, and I don't remember what I was doing, but I was acting a fool. I got home from her birthday party, and my dad was like, "You're in so much trouble, I'm gonna spank you," and I was so scared. So I remember being 9 years old, and this is funny, nobody have sympathy, but I remember being 9 years old, and I hid in the bathroom from my dad because he was gonna beat my ass, and I was like, oh, if I sit in here long enough, he'll forget and he won't beat my ass. But like, he remembered, of course. So when I got out, like 30 minutes later, he beat my ass. And thinking about it, I'm like, it's crazy because like being a 9-year-old, you should never have to hide in the bathroom from your parents because you think that they're gonna beat you. I mean, that's like insane. Like hearing it now, I'm like, that's insane. Like,
why would a parent want to make their kid that afraid?
That should never. My dad, remember when I was hiding in the bathroom, he was like, you can either get it now or get it later. You can get it over now or get it later. That's what he said. And he wasn't making. My mom was at work, so there's nothing I could do. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like that is awful. Like no kid should ever have to feel that way. So I will never. I don't support that, and I will never do that to my kid. And I wasn't actually being like a bad kid. I was just probably
being a little crazy.
Yeah, I was being a little crazy, being a little grouchy as a 9-year-old. And I think my dad is much better now.
But he probably got secondhand parent embarrassment. It was like, oh, my kid's being so rude. Oh my God, I can't believe.
Yeah. And it's like, you'd think that my parents got married and they waited 10 years to have me. Yeah. 10 years.
They treat you better than
for
that. For
real. You figured that they would learn a thing or two by the time that they, aged up and had me. But my mom was 40, my dad was 37 or 38. But you'd think that they would know a thing or two about parenting. And my parents, honestly, like they never really. Now my parents kind of just put up with each other. I'm glad that I think growing up, and my life is I love my life now. My life is amazing. I have amazing friends. Shout out to this guy and everybody else watching. Amazing friends. My aunts and uncles are incredible. Life is great. But growing up, life was not great. I think school was my safe place when I was growing up because I had a lot of my friends there.
Yeah, nobody's about to be like, hey, she did some fuck shit.
Exactly.
We were all just like, ooh, you better keep that quiet.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, I know I'm rambling, but it's like, it's just like my parents never really knew how to be parents. And I think now they're kind of realizing their mistakes. And now that I'm 21, I'm like, thanks, guys. I know how to be the perfect parent because I just got to do the opposite of everything you guys did. Exactly. Yeah.
So for my parents, obviously I'm not going to get into my own little sob story. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I had my parents didn't stick together. Because they were like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Well, actually, my mom was like, you suck.
And I respect that.
And kicked my dad out when I was like 4.
Okay, yeah.
So it was mostly just my mom growing up. And so for me, the way my mom always handled it was like, she was never hiding stuff from me. Like, she never was like, nah, you're not allowed to even know about this.
Right.
She would always, when I would ask about something, she'd always kind of like sit me down or be like, hey, so here's everything about this. Mm-hmm. Like when I got to like high school. And I was like, what about drugs? What about all these naughty things that we've all been told are evil?
Yeah.
She kind of ran me through like, what's safe, what's not, what can do damage, what gets you addicted.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that really shaped my experience in high school because I was really careful because there were kids at my school that were doing, big H, big C,
Damn, that's
some really dangerous stuff. Yeah. And that was always the kind of crowd that I was like, look, I respect you guys. Like, I know you got some stuff going on. Yeah. But, like, I'm not going to get into it.
Right.
And I feel like that was kind of a defining thing in my life. Was that my parents were never like shaming about it. They were always just like, look, this is what it's like. You know, like I know about this. Right. I've experienced it. I want you to know, what's dangerous and what's not dangerous.
Right.
And I want you to be careful, but I'm not going to shame you if you screw up.
Right, exactly.
And I feel like that was a much healthier way of handling, because teenagers always are about to crash out.
True. Very true.
Like every teenager, like even if you're like, I'm so mild mannered.
Yeah.
Every teenager is one bad argument away from crashing the fuck out.
Absolutely.
Over the smallest shit.
Absolutely.
Because we've got 10 tons of hormones.
For sure.
So I feel like that was like the difference is your parents were like super like, they were like shame.
Yeah.
This is all bad. If you do this, you're a disappointment to our family.
Yeah.
Whereas my parents were like, if you do this, you're stupid.
Yeah.
But we'll handle it.
Exactly.
And so I stuck to what was like safe.
Right, absolutely.
And I never got, I never got addicted. And when I was like, it's time to quit, it was easy.
Yeah.
When I was like, I don't want to do, the big lettuce anymore.
Yeah.
I kind of just quit and sucked, but it was easy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's like I kind of lashed out when I was.
But when you turned 18, you went crazy.
I went wild. I started smoking everything.
Literally everything that you could put in a tube object.
Yeah.
You were like, fuck it.
It's like when I finally got freedom, I went crazy, and I even talked to my mom about this. I was like, Mom, like one of the reasons that I'm so into alcohol is because you guys were so helicoptery. Yeah. And now I went crazy. And my mom was like, shout out to my mom, she was like, yeah, I can see that. And like the fact that she at age 60, almost 61, could admit that. Yeah. I'm like, part of this is you guys' fault. I mean, of course I take responsibility for everything, but like half of this is you guys' fault.
Half of this is you guys trying to, control everything.
Absolutely.
And as soon as you couldn't do that, I was like, you were just like, oh, I'm free.
Yeah.
Let me go try everything that I should have tried in high school.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like I feel like college is like the place to find people.
Absolutely.
But high school is the place to find yourself.
Yeah, I agree.
And I feel like because you went to like Catholic, you got stuck in like this, like you were still a middle schooler until you graduated.
Absolutely.
Because you got no chance to do anything.
For sure.
And as soon as you graduated, it was like, oh my fucking God, let me go do everything everybody else did.
Yeah, that's right.
Because your parents were just on your ass the whole time.
The whole time. And once I went to college, they finally let go.
Finally let go of you. I remember you texting me, and like I think you called me or texted me, and you're like, bro, they said I could just go out.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, man.
And I was like 19.
You were like, think I could go out past midnight? I was like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
Exactly. I remember the day I got home at 5:30 in the morning and nobody gave a fuck. I was like, nobody brought it up. It's been shit like 6 months and nobody said a damn thing. And like even now that I'm at this guy's house, I was like, bye mom, bye dad, I'm leaving at 6, so I'll be back later this night. And they're like, okay. They don't even ask me what time we be back. They're just like, okay. And I'm like, later this night could mean 9, it could mean 12, whatever. They don't give a damn. So it's great now having freedom. Wow, I am fucked up.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, bro, I feel thick.
So I haven't talked about it publicly on my YouTube channel, not for any particular reason. It's just never came up. I kind of view it as, like, for example, I've been drinking water all night. They don't know what's water because people haven't asked what's in this black bottle. Nobody could. This bottle. I'm loyal to this bottle. I've been drinking out of this bottle for months. Nobody's ever asked me what's in this bottle. And so I'm like, if the people say, "Hey, Lauren, what's in that bottle?" I'll tell them it's It's electrolyte. It's actually electrolyte water, magnesium, potassium, and sodium. And I would tell them that. But nobody ever says, "Lauren, what's in that bottle?" So why would I advertise what's in the bottle if nobody asks?
The only reason I'm bringing it up is because I remember when you came over. I remember when I found when you told me.
I will tell the camera.
I will tell the camera because I wanted your permission, but I'll tell you.
Go ahead, man. Great
so
story.
I remember when we were. What were we? Like you were 8. You were 17. I was 16.
Okay, makes sense.
And you came over, and we were sitting before this couch existed. This is a new couch.
Yes, the mats.
We were sitting up against these mats, up against this wall.
Yes.
And you turned to me, and I had known she was gay as shit. since she was like 14 or 15, since we were in middle school.
Probably since we met. Didn't your mom know?
Yeah, my mom guessed, and I was like, I agree.
Yeah.
And I was like, I for sure.
Yeah.
But you talked to me, and you were like, man, I gotta tell you something. And I was like, yeah, man, what's up? And you go, I think I'm gay.
Yeah,
I think I'm a lesbian. Yeah. And I was like, I remember because you were expecting some big reaction. I just heard you. I was like, yeah.
And you were like, duh.
Yeah, no fucking shit, bruh.
I'm like,
you knew.
Like,
you were so freaked out. You were like, I can't believe you knew I was gay.
Right.
And I was like, bro, you're the gayest person I've ever met. Like, you're such a bro.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way anyone could be like, oh, no, she's straight.
Right, exactly.
Unless they're an actual, like, dumbass.
Right, and I wish, gosh, I mean, looking back on it, it's hilarious because I wish I could talk to my 17-year-old or my 15-year-old or however, like 17-year-old self, right, and be like, dude, like literally, like it's like saying, hey, I'm wearing white socks. Everybody and their mama know I'm wearing white socks, and it is so stupid. And now, like, the reason I don't talk about being gay on my channel is because I think that everybody with an IQ higher than Ooga Booga can make an educated guess. That's why I don't go around and advocate, because I'm not like a feminine girl, so I don't need to say, hey guys, by the way. It's just like people just gotta look at me, think make a pretty educated guess and think and get right. Like, everybody who stumbles across my channel can figure it out in a matter of 45 seconds or less. So I don't talk about it because I think it's a given. But yeah, I mean, obviously, if anybody didn't know, I'm gay. If you didn't know, I would go to the doctor, make sure that your brain is still intact with your skull. Exactly. If you don't know, I would probably get medically checked out by a doctor. I say that with love, but so tell me about, and I know we've talked about it previously, but talk to me. How did your mom? I mean, I know obviously it's obvious that your mom knew that I was gay, but like, what was like the dialogue between you two?
So basically, one day when we came home from hanging out, and I was like, we was like 3 or 4 months into us like actually like me coming to your house.
Okay.
Like getting like, because we used to get the Elizabeth's takeout when we would throw knives.
Yes.
And I came home. And she was like, hey, Robin. And I was like, uh-huh. And she was like, come here real quick. And I came in, and she was like, you know she's gay, right? And I was like, yeah, Mom, I know she's gay. And she looked at me, and she's like, does she know she's gay? I was like, I think so.
Does she know?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to, like, push it. And my mom was like, that's fair. That's fair. Mm-hmm. Just making sure you do. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, were you attracted? And I was like, nah, because she's gay.
She's a dyke.
The whole conversation was her just be like, do you know she's gay? And I was like, yeah. It's middle school. Do I know the grass is green? Exactly, bro. Does the wind blow through the trees?
Right, exactly.
Like, yeah, she's super gay.
Exactly. And it's so funny because I was delusional. One of my favorite analogies is like ostriches that they have a prey coming towards them. They'll bury their head under the sand because they think that if they can't see their prey can't see them. And I'm like, oh my, like, that's how I compare it, because I'm like, if I convince everybody, if I don't admit it, nobody knows.
If it's not diagnosed,
if I don't outwardly say it,
nobody knows. I feel like it was funniest to me that you were just like, there's never been a guy that I'm attracted to, and it's like, yeah, because you like women.
Shit, man. Exactly.
It's not because guys aren't attractive, it's just because you don't like dudes.
Exactly. It's so funny, and I wish I could go back and talk to my like 14-year-old self and say, hey buddy, I know you think that you are the master at deceiving people, but everybody and their mama, literally their mama, knows that you're gay. Nobody gives a fuck. And once I like finally said, hey friend group, I'm gay, Fred was like, well, no shit, we've known for 4 years. You didn't, right? Like, you didn't even have to say anything. We knew. So it's so funny. Like, I
have to come out. Exactly. You came out by being you.
Exactly. Like, you walked in the room and we knew. So I wish I could go back and tell myself that, like, hey, bro, like, everybody everybody knows, and nobody gives a fuck. Like, literally, guys, like, all of my friends that I know, like, nobody gives a flying fuck. Like, even the people that I've met at college, like all the straight girls, like, they've seen my stickers on my computer with like the pride flags. Like, nobody cares. Literally nobody gives a fuck. I haven't met anybody who gives a fuck.
Yeah, and I mean, when you came out, I think that was actually, I put on the pride flaggers on my jacket. when you came out, because I was like, okay, cool, I can finally just stick these on here. Because I have this, and I'm not gonna go grab it off camera. One, because I'm too wobbly right now. I don't want to crash into. I don't want to make a scene off camera.
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
I don't want to make a scene off camera, but I have this big ass leather jacket that I've been designing since. Damn,
probably high school,
mid-high school, like maybe like junior year.
Yeah, probably.
It's got like 40 stickers on it, and when she came out, I put a "Love Is Love" sticker on the patch on the front of it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, look, like I know I have, like, it's weird because it's almost like people are like, oh, you have a girl best friend. That's weird. You know, that's weird. How you gonna have a girlfriend? Hey, you can have a girlfriend. You have a girl best friend. I'm like, bro, she's so gay.
Like, this bitch is a dyke, and she's not even a girlfriend.
You have to worry about it. Like, we're just out here like, what's up, man?
What's up, bro?
What's up, homie? And it's no problem.
Exactly.
Like, even my current girlfriend, I'm not gonna say her name again because we don't do that. That's rude. But my girlfriend was like, oh, you have a girlfriend friend? I don't know. I mean, I'm a little nervous about that. She has anxiety. And I was like, bro, you don't even know. And as soon as she heard you talk, she was like, oh, I'm not worried anymore.
As soon as she heard you
talk. As soon as she heard you say a single word, as soon as you were like, bro, she was like, oh, that kind of gay. Okay.
I say one, I'm like, bro. Like,
bro.
Okay,
oh, you're that kind of a lesbian. That's fine.
It's fine. It's like,
don't worry about it.
This one's a dyke.
And this is a girl with anxiety that rivals anything you've seen. And she was just like, I'm not worried.
I'm not worried at all. Yeah.
This is fine.
I was gonna say, bro, and like I said, if you want me to cut this out, I will. But I was wondering, like, with your current girlfriend, has she ever like when you first said, like, how did you introduce, like, before she even knew I was gay? How did you introduce that you have a best friend who's a girl?
So I was like, because so with my relationship, the mistake I made with my first relationship, the one that lasted 3 years, the big mess. Yes. Was that we weren't really direct with each other. We tried to like be like, oh, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. When I dated her, like one of the first things we discussed as soon as we confirmed that we were dating, I was like, hey, just so you know, I have a best friend. And she was like, that's cool. Mm-hmm. And I was like, my best friend's a girl. Mm-hmm. And she was like, okay, I'm a little worried about that. And I was like, okay, don't be worried. She's super gay. Mm-hmm. And she was like, okay. But then that one night, remember when we were playing Lethal Company?
Yes.
And she was like, I want to play too. Because she was in the chair right there.
Yes.
Camera, you can't see, but right behind you is a chair where my girlfriend plays video games. And I was like, yeah, sure, she can join in. And as soon as we got on, I was like, bro, what's up? And you were like, bro, I can't believe. And she was like, oh, that kind of lesbian.
Yes, and I couldn't get the game to work. And I got it. Yeah,
bro, I can't believe this shit isn't working. And as soon as you said that, she was like, oh, I don't care. There's no risk here. Yeah. I'm not even worried about it. Mm-hmm. Because she was like, oh, damn, you meant gay. Not even like questioning gay. Not like, oh, I don't know, baby, I'm for women. No, like gay.
When she heard gay, she probably thought like feminine women, like bi, or like she probably saw me as like a feminine girl. You know?
She was thinking of you like I think in her head she had like big titty black woman in her head. And then she was like, oh, dude, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
No problem.
Like a femme who was gay. You know, for sure. So, okay, got you. That makes sense. That makes so much sense. Gosh, a year ago? Was it a year ago?
Yeah.
Are you cool if I keep the girlfriend shit in there?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Cool. I'm also
She'll probably watch it.
She probably will, especially because like when I post on my Instagram page and it's you in there, she gonna click it. She gonna click it.
I had my last girlfriend, and I will keep bringing her up because she a bitch. Respectfully. She would never let go of it. She was like, you have a girl best friend? That's weird. When she knew you were gay, she was like, well, I mean, you know, she might change her mind. And I was like, bruh.
No way, really?
Yeah, I never told you because I never told you because I was like, this is retarded. This is dumb as shit. Yeah. I'm not going to bother you with this. I'm not going to be like, bruh, she's being a bitch. Because you knew she was a hoe.
Yeah.
She was the worst. And so, like, my current girlfriend, as soon as she found out that she was like seriously like not into guys, she just let it go. Yeah. She was like, okay, this is a friend now.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
My ex-girlfriend could never let it go. She could never let it go that I had a girl best friend.
I didn't know this guy.
No, she never let it go. And I was always like, I always ignored it. She was like, your girl best friend. And I was like, yeah, Lauren, my girl best friend. You fucking asshole. Let it go. And she would never let it go. And I feel like that's one of the biggest determinants of like whether or not a relationship is going to last.
I agree.
Is whether or not you can let the little shit go.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree.
And I feel like one of the biggest ways that you can determine that is how they react to your friends.
For sure. Oh yeah.
Because like a bad girlfriend will always be like, oh, you need to like cut some of them off.
Yeah.
Whereas a good girlfriend will be like, well, I hope I can get to know them.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
And I feel like that's been like such a good experience.
Exactly.
Where my current girlfriend, and you've experienced this, she was super open.
Yes.
As soon as you guys met, she was just like, oh, it's good to meet you.
Yeah.
She was super chill.
Yeah.
Super cool with it. And I feel like that was just such a wonderful change.
Yes, exactly. It was like.
Do you remember, bro, you can tell this story because from your perspective, it's so much funnier. Do you remember the first time you met my ex?
At downtown.
Mm-hmm.
At the Pride
Tell
Festival.
that story, bro.
I remember like I was like eating pizza, being a big back, and then you were like, oh, there she is. And I saw you, and this, like, I don't mean to like shit on you, but it's like I remember she ran up to you, and I was just kind of like shocked at what I was seeing. I'm like, this is like, how long were you guys dating? 10 months?
10 months.
10 months. So I remember right out of high school. Yeah, I remember like I was like, oh, I support my best friend as like a best friend, but when I saw her, I was like, I just could kind of like see it. I was like, I don't know if this is gonna last. And when I met his ex-girlfriend, I would like, she was kind of, she wouldn't talk, like she would say hi, and I'd be like, yo, and then that'd be it. Guys, I'm a social butterfly. I love people who can have open and honest conversation. So it's like, if I meet somebody and you can maintain a conversation with me, we can be friends. Even if we disagree, we can be friends. You can be somebody that I call every now and then to have a conversation. I knew it was gonna like last a significant amount of time because I think you two fed off of each other. But
yeah, we fed off of each other like crazy, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like both of us were in our like right out of high school going wild moments.
For sure, yeah.
And so like she and I were just, it was like a bounce back of like, I mean, it became like a merry-go-round of pain.
Yeah.
At the end where I was just like, I hate you, and she was like, I hate you,
Yeah.
and we would just do that for like months.
Yeah. For
and
sure.
I called her. I was like, this is awful.
Exactly.
But do you remember? And this is the funny part. Do you remember what she was wearing when you met her at the Pride Festival?
Let me think. Was it like a black shirt and a skirt and thigh highs? Face painted with something?
Like full white, like ghost paint.
That. Yeah, I remember that.
And it was at like a festival, like a Pride Festival with like rainbows everywhere.
Yeah.
And then she comes running through the crowd full speed in all black with like clown makeup on.
Oh, I remember that. Yes.
And I was like, oh my fucking God, I can't believe this. Because at the time, I hadn't quite got my license yet.
Yeah.
Like, it was in the mail. And so I couldn't go home.
I remember that.
And I was just stuck there.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to be like, bro, I have to go home. This is terrible. I don't want to be here like this.
Exactly.
So I couldn't like take her home.
Right.
And do you remember I had to be like, bro, I have to go home. Because like a few hours in, she was like, oh, I'm sad.
I remember that.
And she made me go home before we even got to get like food or anything.
Yeah, I remember that.
Bro, it was miserable. And I feel like it was just such a bad moment because she, like, I feel like that was honestly, like, to say it just now that it's over, that was like the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
When she made me leave a festival because she was in a bad mood. Mm-hmm. Like, she couldn't go sit somewhere and chill out for a while and let us go have fun.
Right.
She had to drag the whole event down.
Question, bro. And I obviously don't have a dick. I mean, I got one in a red backpack. Yeah. But do I have... Guys, man, this is what too much sugar and apple juice does to you. Too much sugar. I've had 100 grams of sugar a day. Oh, my God. 100 grams of sugar. I need to start drinking sugar-free apple juice. Do I give big dick... As a dyke, do I give big dick energy?
You got... All right, let me...
Medium dick, small dick...
You got massive dick energy?
Really? Why?
Because
that's an honor. Like, massive, that's the best compliment.
You got like massive confidence.
Thank you.
You got like, so to explain it in the best way possible, you have massive dick energy, but like average dick size.
Can you explain? So I get it. But
your confidence is like 12 inches.
Appreciate it.
Your genetics is like that 5.5.
I agree. No, I agree.
Like,
I agree.
you got the confidence.
Yes.
And nature was like, look, I can't give you more than 6 if I give you dude.
Yes.
But if you're a chick, look, you can always strap up.
Guys, let me tell you something. My height genetics are fucked. And let me explain this. Like, okay, every female in my family, 5'3", 5'4". I'm 5'7". I'm the tallest. I'm lucky. I'm the tallest woman in my family. Stack me against all of my aunts. I'm the tallest. I look like I'm 6'8".
I'm short for my family. My granddad's like 6'4".
And you're
I'm 6 foot even.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, I'm 6 foot even. Like I got the 6 foot, but
got you.
Barely.
Got you. All the dudes in I have one guy in my height who's tall. He's my mom's nephew. He's my cousin. He's 50. His name is James. I call him Uncle Jimmy because he's kind of like my mom's brother, so I call him an uncle. He's 6'2". Yeah. Every other dude in my family, all my uncles, like 5'8".
Yeah.
5'8".
Bro, you just got like that. You got so lucky.
I got lucky. I could have been 5'2".
You could have been 5'2".
I could have been 5'2".
You could have been that little gremlin. Mm-hmm. You could have had gremlin energy, bruh.
But it's like literally nowhere in my. I don't even know how my cousin / Uncle Jimmy is 6 foot. I don't know where he got that from. I guess he did something
like way back in the history, bro.
Way back in the 1500s. But it's like
there was this hoe at my and I'm about to spout some tea, some genuine tea. There was this girl. And I'm gonna show you a picture as you chat. I'm gonna show you me and one of my aunts. Well, did you see that phone flip? I did see that phone flip. In my high school, there was this. This is me and you, chat. So don't look at her. She's doing stuff. Look at me.
This is me. Oh shit! Come on.
In my high school, there was this girl who was like 6'3".
Oh, that must be nice.
And she was stupid. Like, girl had like a 62 IQ, bruh. Damn. She was dumb as hell, but she passed all her classes with like A's and B's. And I was like, how is that happening? And then one day, I talked to one of her friends, and I was like, how is she getting A's and B's? She never pays attention in class. There's no way she's getting A's and B's. And they straight up went, nah, she's fucking the teachers.
Oh, not fucking the teachers.
And I was like, no way. And they were like, yeah, she always stays late after class. You should check. And every time I would be like, is she staying late? Every time I would leave class on time, she'd be like, oh, I got extra credit. And she would stay like 30 minutes after class at the end of the day.
Oh my god.
And she was fucking for credits.
Holy shit.
And I know it's true because, and again, I'm not about to spout no names, one of the teachers at my high school got fired and arrested.
Oh my god.
For fucking with students.
That's ridiculous.
So I know I got the knowledge to say some shit was happening.
That's ridiculous.
Some shit was happening behind the scenes, man. Some grades were being altered.
For real, for real.
Some papers were being rewritten. Now, I never had that chance because I'm dumb and none of my teachers like me.
Bro, you see this picture of me and my aunt? See how I look like a giant?
You do look like
I look like a giant. Let me show you. Chat. I'll post this up on the screen. But my aunt in this picture, my mom has 10 siblings.
Your best aunt.
So yes, my favorite aunt. She's 5'3", 5'4".
Dang.
Her acting resume says 5'3". I'd probably give her maybe 5'4", 5'5". If we're being generous, she might actually be 5'3". But yeah, see how I look like a fucking Goliath?
Massive, right? Bro. It's like how I look next to like my mom. I wish I could post up a picture of me next to my the women in my family.
Yeah.
Because I'm another genetic anomaly. Mm-hmm. My dad's 5'10". Okay. And my mom is like 5'2" and 3/4. 5'3" and 3/4.
Wow, I think you'd be like 5'9", 5'10".
You think I would be?
Yeah.
But I'm like 6 foot.
Yeah.
And that's because I think it's because my grandfather and his dad are like 6'4", 6'3".
Because I was gonna say like the grandparents' DNA will definitely
skipped a generation. Yeah. So I got a little lucky. I got some of the height, and thanks. The only thing I'll say thank you to my dad for is I was
the big sword.
Yeah, I was weaponly gifted.
Yes.
I was given the great sword rather than the short sword.
That's right. The long sword.
And I got lucky with that, so I've had no relationship problems in that arena.
Absolutely.
And that has been very pleasant.
Girl, when I was on Omegle, this is probably about 3 years ago. Remember that one time? Okay, I was on Omegle, guys. I was on Omegle on this computer. And I was just fucking. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna find me a wife." I didn't want to find me a wife.
It's like, when you all get married.
Exactly. And I was talking to some girl, and I was like, "Hey, everybody." There's like 3 girls. I was like, "What's everybody's name?" And I was like, "Ooh, I like the one in the red shirt." I didn't really like her, but we were just fucking around. I think that she knew that, and I forgot what her name was. Not gonna name it anyway. And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Hey, show me." I was fucking around. She was like, right? And then we did a whole proposal.
Usually for me, I don't know how it went for you, but when I was in high school, when all of that shit went down for me, literally the conversation usually was like four sentences. It was usually, hey, I think you're fire. I think you look good too. Yes. You want to go to the back? Yes. I do.
Yes.
And then it was just game.
Yeah, literally.
And then like the next morning, you wake up and be like, and just go home.
Everybody, we're sorry that the clip cut, but the camera actually died. So we want to say thank you guys so much for watching and listening to our video.
Thanks for following along.
That's right, guys. If you want to see another podcast, write me down to another podcast. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. If you enjoyed this video, check out some of my other videos. This is the 4th podcast I've done on this channel. Consider subscribing to help show your support for the channel. My Instagram is linked in the description. Robin's is linked in the description. And we'll see you guys soon.
To my podcast. 2 posts.
That's right, his 2 posts of cats or something.
It's a cat and a meme.
Cat and a meme. So guys, tap in and we'll see you guys with another podcast probably in 6 months. But hopefully sooner than that.
Hopefully next week.
Next week.
All right.
All right, peace, boys.
Peace.
Peace.